When we think about bravery in the Pokemon universe, our mind usually goes to challenging gyms or defeating Team Rocket, but in Sun and Moon, there is a new type of bravery that we have yet to see in previous installments. Enter Lillie from Pokemon Sun and Moon and the Ultra remakes. And welcome, fellow professors, to a new kind of review. Now, I'm no professional gaming analyst, but I do have a degree in film and video. I love analyzing scripts and characters. So here goes a character analysis of Lillie. And just a warning, this video has major plot spoilers for Ultra Sun and Moon, so if you haven't played the game yet, I suggest not watching this video yet. Come back to it eventually. As we start up our game and conclude our welcome to our region, what's your name? The camera zooms into an article about the Aether Foundation. We see a girl dressed in white with a big hat running away from what seems to be the antagonist of the game. As she's cornered, a mysterious black Pokemon in her bag releases a huge wave of energy. The camera then pans up, and that is our mysterious introduction to Lillie and Nebby. When I first played this intro shocked me, and it led to a whole bunch of questions in my head. Usually in Pokemon games, when we get introduced to a character, it always goes along the lines of, "Hi! I'm Dawn! I'm your typical Pokemon girl! Don't mess with me, otherwise I'll use the power of love!" But instead, we got this epic cinematic. When our character finally meets Lillie face to face, we find her at the Bridge of Destiny, as I saw it. In actuality, it was the bridge to the Ruins of Conflict, where she could meet the guardian deity Tapu Koko. And not even 2 seconds to meeting her, she immediately asked us for help to get her Pokemon back from the bridge. From these two scenes, we see that Lillie isn't your typical Pokemon character. She does have the ability to be brave like we saw in the first scene, but it's not like in-your-face bravery like Blue or Gold. She then reveals to us that she is not a Pokemon trainer. She is instead a conservationist who doesn't believe in battling because she doesn't like seeing other Pokemon in pain. But this alone doesn't answer the question of why she has this fear. Throughout the game, she is always lost. People are always keeping tabs on her, constantly asking for help, which just adds to her character being weak. But is she really powerless? From her actions, the answer is yes, but when we look at her face, it tells a different story. Notice, she never really smiles, like, at all. Everything just seems so grim to her. It is in her to be brave, but according to her face, there's something else going on. Because she's afraid to let go of the past. A firm example of this is actually in her clothing. In the game, she is constantly shopping in every town with a boutique, even going as far to buy new clothes, but never changing into a new outfit. She claims she wouldn't be able to pull it off, but looking deeper into her past, we gather more needed information, i.e., her strained relationship with her mother. When we talk to Lillie's brother, Gladion, he says that their mother is a nice person as long as you mean nothing to her. And this is where we could find Lillie's character relatable. The reason she is so fearful, the reason she is so weak, is because her main support system is not there. At this point, we have to remember that Lillie is 11 years old, and when you're at this age, your family is all you really know. Especially since she has lived at Aether Paradise ever since moving from Kanto since she was a little girl. The friends that she's making while on Your Island Challenge are really her first real friends outside her family and Wick. She's afraid because she's young, and all these challenges are new to her. The motivation that led Lillie to leave her mother's shelter was their clashing ideas on conservation, and more specifically the treatment of her only friend, Nebby. See, Luzamine has a deep interest in Nebby because she knows that it has the power to open up wormholes. The experiments that Luzamine and Faba conducted were becoming increasingly more extreme. Not only does Lillie want to protect her friend, but we can argue that Lillie and Nebby are completely identical as an analogy. Although Nebby appears to be weak, it has the ability to summon amazing powers when push comes to shove, but with repercussions. In a conversation with Lillie, she recalls a time when Nebby released too much power and couldn't move for days after. This story has a direct parallel to when Lillie ran away and resurfaced on the beaches of Alola after being rescued by Professor Burnett. As she tells us the story, she recalls how Professor Burnett took care of her, and how she acted like a real mother to her. But this is a bit of flawed logic. The only way that she can know what a real mother is like is if she had a mother to begin with. Lillie and Luzamine weren't always butting heads. I will never understand why this next scene was taken out of the Ultra remakes, but in the original Pokemon Sun and Moon, Lillie recalls a time when her and her mother were watching a movie of a man that was dancing and singing in the rain. In a very childlike way, she then irresponsibly goes outside into a storm and did just as the man was doing in the film. When her mother caught her in the act, instead of scolding her for playing outside in this potentially hazardous weather, her mom joined her. Lillie ended up getting sick, and Luzamine took care of her. Not only does this scene show the strength of their relationship, but it is a direct reference to the classic American film, Singing in the Rain. This reference is no coincidence, like this is the writer's choice to put this in the script. This iconic scene showcases the theme that even though the weather isn't perfect, it doesn't matter when you have love. The love of a mother and a daughter. And delving deeper into Lillie's history, the weather hasn't always been the best. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it is revealed that Lillie's father just one day disappeared from their lives, leaving Lillie fatherless and Luzamine a widow. They suspect that he was lost to the labyrinth of Ultra Space. This adds a layer of motivation to Luzamine's plot to get to Ultra Space and gives her a sense of humanity in her seemingly inhumane plot, but that's for an entirely different video. We can't go into that right now. What this means for Lillie's mindset is that she has a fear of loss and a history of abandonment. But time passes, and eventually the child begins to form opinions for themselves and see that parents don't always have the answers, which is exactly why she was able to take the first step and go out on this journey to get Nebby back to its home. On this journey, she realizes she needs to get stronger, so she looks towards her friends, Yu, Hao, and even Olivia. I love her face when she's just doing the Z move. It's hilarious. It just shows how young she is. It's just a perfect cut. Oh my god. As we stated previously, Lillie doesn't like Pokemon battles because she hates seeing Pokemon in pain. And yet in this scene, we see her mimicking a trainer, commanding Nebby to use Splash. She is enamored with trainers because they are the pinnacle of bravery. This scene not only highlights her desire to become strong, but it also highlights her slowly getting over her anxieties, making one small step at a time. One of the most important plot points for Lillie was when she was challenged to show her bravery. The scene where she chose to go back home to protect her friends. In this scene, Pomeria threatened to hurt Acerola's family unless she agreed to return to Aether Paradise. In this inciting incident, Lillie had the choice to run from her fears or take them head on. It takes a lot of guts to face someone that has caused you so much pain, and yet she found the strength. This is later reflected when she finally finds her Z-powered form. Although it may look like a simple change of clothes, it's actually symbolic of her newfound bravery. She even cracks a smile, a stark contrast from her typical deadpan look. Even though she is not yet a trainer, she becomes more reminiscent of a trainer, ditching the tall hat for a high ponytail and an outfit that is ready for any weather that comes her way. All of these moments in her life led her to this form. To be able to confront challenges that once scared her and even face her mother again and work on rekindling their relationship and working towards the common goal of stopping Necrozma and the Ultra Beast from destroying Alola. And eventually, she does become a trainer herself, fighting alongside you to stop Giovanni. I absolutely love the first battle where you team with Lillie because she is so concerned for your Pokemon's safety. Like, she sets up Light Screen, Reflect with her Fairy to ensure that your team will succeed. Her battle style is just straight up symbolic of her conservationist attitude, and honestly, it's the perfect development cycle for Lillie. Her fear of becoming a trainer was relinquished because she knows that if she herself becomes strong, she will be able to protect everyone that she cares about. And I'm also super stoked that she will eventually go on her island challenge. Like, can we get a spin-off game where we just play as Lillie? Like, that'd be so cool. Just saying. Lillie is a beautifully developed character and quite literally a lily. Lilies take over 90 days to fully bloom, but when they do, their beautiful petals form, their bulbs come forward and they bask in the light. They become what they were always meant to be, strong and beautiful. Lillie teaches us that bravery is formed from experience. Experiences make us willing to push ourselves to our limits, no matter how big or small the task may seem. Which brings us back to our original question. What does it mean to be brave? Although our bravery won't exactly preserve the light in Alola, there are many things that we could do every single day to be brave. From the huge act of sticking up for a friend that's getting bullied, to just calling a close friend and asking them for help. These are the most important takeaways from Lillie's character. No matter how small you think you are, we all have the power to stand up for what we believe in. Even though it could be hard sometimes, you can do it. This is why I think Lillie is the best character that Pokemon ever created.